Throughout my life, I've been to some amazing places. I met some crazy, cool people, and I've learned some crazy things from everything I've been through. And I'm Logan Campos, and I'm going to tell you about one of probably the most beneficial I learned and most recent that I can really come up with. Uh, and it goes back to my football. I've pretty much been born and raised into football. I've played since flag, all the way up to little caveman, and I played middle school and then now high school, and I brought this as just a little memento. This is my little caveman helmet, just to show some of the old love for, but but that's where this story really comes from my love of football. And today I'm gonna talk about some of my today's coaches and my teammates, and all of them are different. All of them have different things to learn from, but this main message really comes from my head coach, Coach Bradley. And most importantly, one of the things that really stuck with me is the game day method we used, or post game day method, and that was just to inspire the team. One of his old sayings was that if we needed a pep talk right before the game, then we already weren't ready for the game. So what he liked to do is we do most of our prep the day before, and we'd get mentally ready. We'd start getting mentally ready then. But he had an interesting approach that I thought was pretty neat, and that was a little speak out kind of session thing, and where all of our teammates would go if they wanted to, and if not, they'd stay seated, but all of them would have something different to say, and every time someone stood up, you'd always learn something about each one of them. I remember one time I learned that one of them went to juvie for hanging out with the wrong group, and now he plays football to stay out of that, and there's many other stories like that, and it's just kind of brings the team even closer than if a coach was up to stand up there and give us a pep talk. And one of my main goals whenever I really experienced this was to give one of those speeches myself, and I wanted it to have a real impactful meaning, and the only thing I could really come up with that was really that emotion, that would touch to those emotions and really give them a good speech and give us all something to fuel our minds in the game. Came on to September 26th, day before our game against Centennial, Carlsbad Cavemen, Centennial Hawks, and it was probably one of the biggest games that we had to prepare for, and that's really what I had in my mind and why I chose that game to go. And I stood up there and I shared my previous year's input. The year before last year was the only year I didn't play football, and I was in the bleachers and I was watching, I was supporting still, but it just really hit when you're up there, you know what I mean? You see your friends playing, it's just it's really hard sometimes whenever you loved a game that long and you see all your friends playing it and people you grew up playing in. And I knew I had to, no matter what, I wanted to be down there with them, and I really regretted it. And that word is really important for the rest of this. And it goes with, back again, Coach Bradley's motto, which is no regrets. And what that really means is you don't want to have regrets in life or football. He applied it to life and football and relationships and friendships and family. You never want to not give anything your all, because when you give it your all, you never are going to regret anything because you tried your hardest and you have nothing to regret. And that's the real message I learned from that.